lovers, my name is Malia and I review books without spoilers. I also discuss hot new topics, talk about book series that we all love, and I'll be interviewing influential people. But my main goal is to intrigue you enough to experience the book for yourself. So let's get started. First note, I would be wearing my glasses right now or contacts, but I'm not, so I'm kind of blind, so if I don't look at the actual camera, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the vague area. I don't want to glare out from my glasses, so I'm not going to do it. I read Scarlet this week. It took me a day. I started it yesterday, ended it around 1-ish a.m. because Tanner's out of town right now, and so I just couldn't sleep, so I just read the book. You guys all know that I read Cinder, and I did buy this book, so it is mine. First little thing is I'm such a big pet peeve about my books. If you ever fold it like that, or even remotely like that, I'll slap it out of your hands and it's mine back. If you ever the worst thing is when they do the little elephant ear thing. Oh my gosh, you'll never see any of my books for the rest of your life. So when I started reading this, I'm super careful, especially with The Martian. I feel like I read it like this, just a little itty bitty, but look, it gave me little from my sweaty hands. It was so frustrating. Anyway, but I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I liked and I disliked about this book. So first, what I didn't like. I was about halfway into this book and I read the back of the cover. So I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, they said something that hadn't happened yet. Does that ever frustrate you when you wanted to read the back of the book and then it doesn't even happen? So then all your focus is on what's gonna happen, but you're not focused on what you're reading. You're thinking, oh, but when's this part gonna happen? So don't read the back of the book. It'll ruin it for you. Don't. The second thing is it wasn't really captivating. It was kind of all over the place. So this takes place in different parts of the world, and so you gotta see the story. It's like a time lapse. But during that time, there are different things happening all over the world. So what she did is she had to put different perspectives of people so that you can see what's happening in that part and you can kind of follow along. So I like how she did that, but I'm not a big person when it comes to putting a different perspective that's so not the main character, if that makes sense. If you have 3 people having the main character and you put different percents of those 3 people, that's awesome. But when it's just some random, I didn't like that. But that's just me. So first chapter, this is about Scarlet, who's Little Riding Hood, and her grandma's missing, and nobody's taking her seriously. Her grandma is crazy, and so she's just frustrated because nobody's taking her seriously, and nobody's taking her seriously. That's basically the end of the first chapter. Is they have a case closed on the missing persons list because they just think that she ran away, she took out her ID chip, and she committed suicide. It's no, my grandma did not commit suicide. Something happened. You guys need to listen to me. You're not listening to me. She's all frustrated. I really like this character because she's so stubborn and fierce, and she's so strong and confident. And what else did I say? She's outspoken. That's my favorite part. Is she sometimes lets her emotions take her away, which that happens to me all the time. You can ask Tanner. And it was just really nice to kind of see that perspective. Her mind was just battling with each other. She was angry and sad, but she was happy and joyful, all this stuff. And it was really cool. And Marissa Meyer did a great job with portraying this character. And I'm excited to get this in hardback. I probably will return it because this is frustrating. I had it for a day. I read it in a day, had it for a day, and this is frustrating. Not okay. Crest will be airing this week. And then we have The Martian, Unlimited Power by Anthony Robbins, I Love the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, Cinder, Scarlet, Crest, and then Fairest, and then we're starting the Hunger Games because it's going to be November. Thank you for your time and enjoy every moment.